And his grandmother used to always tell him, boy, don't let midnight meet you on the road. And Sam never used to pay her any mind. And so one night, Sam was coming home, playing his guitar as usual, singing his songs. And he was coming from Monkey Hill. And when he reached by the sandbox tree, he was living in Cunningham Estate. That time people used to live in the estate yards. And so the sandbox tree by Cunningham Gate there. And as he was coming up Washgut, nearing the sandbox tree, he saw a figure dressed in black with his head down, sitting by the sandbox tree. And Sam became frightened. He stopped, then he continued again. And as he was going under the sandbox tree, the figure got up and said, Sam, give me a play of your chung chung. And he started, and he took the guitar he gave him. Although Sam was frightened, he gave him. All this time he didn't see his face. And he kept on his head, and his hand was going like lightning and playing up a storm, playing up a storm, playing up a storm. And Sam thought he could play. But when he heard the man playing, he said, boy, how could you play so good? Boy, I wish I could play like you. And then he said, with his head down, if you think I could play good now, you should have heard me when I was alive. And Sam ran and ran, left guitar, said, Mister, come back for your chung chung. And Sam, when he said that, Sam running. And Sam all hearing the voices in there, and he ran. And told them. The next day, some workers found his guitar rest by the sandbox tree. And they gave Sam his guitar. Sam didn't want to play the guitar. Sam told everybody about this Jumbie. And since that, Sam decided, midnight ain't gonna meet me on the road again. And the leg bend and the story ends. Yes. Now, the other story that I'm going to tell you is about ram goat thief. There was a fellow named Georgie in the village, and he was thief bad. Thief. If people would miss the fowl cock in those days, and in those days people rear fowls in the yard, chicken, okay, domesticated chicken, not like these chicken you have now with all sorts of antibiotics and steroids pumped into them. These were yard fowl, and they were sweet. And so people depended on their fowl to give them eggs and so on. Similarly, they used to have goats. And people do this as a livelihood. And George used to go around at nights with a long stick. And you know, fowl would be up in the trees on the roofs. And he had a bag at the end of it. And he would point it up in the air, fish the fowls, and they would just slide down on it and slide in his bag. Yes. And he would go around thief the people fowl and so on. Georgie was so thief that he stole a pig and he painted it green. And so when the police came and asked, did you steal a black pig? We're missing a black pig. He said, no, sir. I have a green pig. And of course, they went and saw the pig was green and left. And left. Perhaps they didn't look at it closely to see it was painted. They thought it was some hybrid or half-breed or something. But Georgie made the mistake of going a thief from Membul, the Obia woman. Yes. And one night he went and he stole the woman ram goat, big ram goat. And he went and he butchered it. And he had big cooker. And he even invite the woman. Yes, had the heart to invite her. And she decided she would not have any of it. And then he went back, and he used to go back and thief another ram goat. And she decided I'm going to fix him. And she got your red candle, she got your grave dirt, she got your dead bones, and she got all the paraphernalia that she needed to set a jumbie on Georgie. And weeks after, they noticed Georgie's belly start swelling, like in 9 months pregnant. And so then they start hearing loud sounds, what sound like belch. And when they listen closer, it was the ram goat bawling in the belly. Bah! And Georgie was just going around, bah! And he holding the mouth and so on. Bah! And he was so embarrassed that one of his friends said, boy, you better go tell Mem, pardon. And his belly just started swelling bigger and bigger. And he summoned up the courage to go and talk. And he said, Lord, ma'am, I can't sleep at night. I've been tormented day and night. This goat just a ball in my belly. Bah! Bah! Morning, noon, and night. And he said, I beg you 10,000 pardon. Take this jumbie off of me. And she let him punish for 3 weeks more. And then she took the spell off of Georgie. And Georgie never thief anybody fowl or goat again. As the old people would say, monkey know a limb to jump on. Yes. And the leg bend and the story ends.